One of the biggest reasons for breakdown in communication and relationships that we have seen over the years working with couples is the impact of the feelings of shame. Now, when learning to identify the shame that you bring into the relationship, it's first important to understand the difference between guilt and shame. So, guilt and shame are very different things, even though they're often considered to be the same. This confusion frequently creates a massive set of problems within marriage. It taints communication, intimacy, and even trust. So, what's the difference? Guilt is actually not only good, but it's essential to life. Its entire focus is to help you change and become a better person. The voice of guilt says, I have done something wrong, therefore I need to change. However, there is a critical emotion that comes with guilt. In fact, if this emotion is not present, then it's not guilt. This emotion is hope. We're talking hope for the future, hope that you can actually change, hope in the better person that you can become once you make this change. And if you're religious, this hope would actually include hope in God's help in the change process. Hope is what drives the change process. It creates the energy to move forward and actually make the change, especially when the change is a difficult one. So, guilt's entire focus is on your behavior. Its job is to help you change that behavior, right? Now, guilt doesn't always hurt. Any desire to change that's coupled with hope would be considered guilt, but the larger the mistake, the more likely that guilt will be painful, in addition to the hope that should follow that feeling of guilt. Now, once the change that guilt has prompted you to make has occurred, the guilt goes away and it leaves joy behind. Hope would be considered the promise of future joy that you are looking forward to in order to motivate you to achieve this change, which means that once the change has been made, then the joy that hope was promised is left behind as the primary emotion. So if you don't feel joy after a change, or if you don't feel hope at the beginning of the change process, then you're not feeling guilt. You're feeling something else. Now, without guilt, we have absolutely no motivation to change, to grow, or develop. It is critical to a happy life and marriage. Now, shame is completely different. The voice of shame says, I have done something wrong, or I am something wrong. I am fat, I'm lazy, I'm ugly, I'm stupid, etc. Therefore, I am a terrible/worthless person. If the goal of guilt is to help you change your behavior, then the goal of shame is to tear you down. It's a character attack. The core emotion that follows shame is hopelessness. If you do not believe that you can change, or that changing will make no difference in your life, then you are feeling hopeless, which means that you are feeling shame. When you're feeling hopeless, it drains out any motivation and drive to change and makes it nearly impossible to move forward. If you change the thing that shame is tormenting you about, shame does not go away. It stays behind to continue to torment you in a variety of other ways. Now, one of the core issues of shame is when you believe its message of being worthless. A host of other emotions follow in its wake. These emotions can complicate relationships and make life more difficult in general. When you remove shame, a great deal of the difficulty in life also goes away. So in marriage, we often see two general applications of shame, what we will call proactive shame and reactive shame. Proactive shame sits with you all the time. It follows you wherever you go and haunts your every step. You might be feeling worthless, feeling anxiety, depression, embarrassment, or many other emotions. It affects all of your behaviors and interactions with others, and it makes it more difficult to have positive interactions with them. It creates extra burdens on you and them, and it's there all the time. It's there when you wake up, it's there when you eat, it's there when you go to bed. It's always there. Reactive shame is different. It only pops up when it's challenged. So if someone points out to you that you've got some kind of problem, or they're giving a complaint or a frustration, then suddenly reactive shame might manifest in you with defensiveness or anger or deflection. This type of shame prevents problems from being resolved and creates greater problems than what existed in the first place. So when you remove shame and then embrace guilt, it allows you to move forward in life and have much better relationships with your spouse and anyone else in your life.